Welcome to Matt's Fishing Escapes. I'm Matt, if you haven't worked that out already. So I've had a challenge. My standard SCA cart that I think I got from Super Cheap Auto, the handle rusted off. I was thinking, well, what can I get and how could I improve on that cart that I know a lot of you guys use out there? So I did a bit of hunting around on the internet and I found this. The VEVOR surf cart. Now, it's pretty common to see in the US those beach carts that they have with those big bull tires. And this is one that I found, it was only around $253, and full disclosure, VEVOR has actually sent this out to me to give a honest review. So let's get into it. Firstly, the order and delivery, or the delivery was really quick. So they obviously have warehousing here in Australia, which is great. So that's what it looks like when you open it. It looks pretty good. So this looks like it's powder coated rather than being straight aluminium. So I'm just going to unpack everything and then we can see what we've actually got here. Now, I know we don't usually use instructions, and I hope there is installation instructions on this. There may or may not be. I have watched some other videos where there isn't. Oh, yes, there is a level of installation instruction, which is going to be handy. So I guess it's time to get serious. It is about 38, 39 degrees here today, and not a skerrick of breeze. Okay, step one. Okay, connect so these must be just protection. Right, so let's do it. That's the bottom that way. And that goes that way and that way. And then we use these top and bottom. Just gonna pause us there. So these are the M535s. Yeah. So we put one through there. Going to put a nut on just to do it that way. That might be a bit easier. There we go. Just finger tight just to hold it in place. I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. Looks pretty easy so far, touch wood. And we're just going to repeat that process for the other two and we'll come back. Rightio, so we've got all 8 of those bolts done up and yeah, that feels really sturdy. Just one point, the included spanner wasn't quite the right size. It's saying it's an 8, but I had to use my own ring spanner. So they can improve that. Make sure the tools fit. So now that we've got that in place, the next step is to do the same process with the top ring that'll go around here. So again, very much same process. So we'll come back when that's done and we'll give these cameras a bit of a break from overheating as they have been. All right, so we've got that top frame now done up, same as the bottom. Now this may be a little bit of a hack, just using the wheels, because what we have to do now is attach the handle on this side. Should be a fairly easy process again. It's not just this handle, it's also this one as well. All right, so we've got a little bit of a hack here. So the boxes, the little box, square boxes, rectangular boxes that the rod holders came in, just stack 2 of them high. If you do that with the 2 boxes high, you're essentially got this hole on this side in line with the bottom hole of the foot. So that should make it a little bit easier to get it all happening. We'll get those ones through. Once we get those ones in, which is an M20 through here and M16, I think, through there, then we can add the handle and the top frame onto that as well. And then with the top frame, you can essentially add these and they look like they're going to be about the same height coming through for the top frame. Obviously, if you've got a second pair of hands, it's always useful as well. All right, so we've got the foot on. I was a bit concerned when I first put the bolts through and went, oh, they don't go through this square section, but that's because they've got these different fasteners connections that actually go in and through the pole, so it's nice and flush, not an actual nut on the outside, and they're Allen key. That's great. So the next step is the handle. Should be fairly simple now. Put that through, and that just screws in, and they're Allen keys. We'll do the last one here, which is the longer one, so they thread really nicely together. No issues there. The only issue we're having today is the heat, and me sweating, and the GoPro's cutting out for heat. All right, so we'll grab the rod holders, and essentially we've just got to put the 8 around the cart. You can see there's the fixing points for those around the cart, and there are 8. Not that I'm ever really going to have to carry 8 rods with me, given that the limit in South Australia is 2 plus a teaser. Get these end ones in first. So yeah, just screw those ones in, just lightly I think. Just gonna hold that there. Get this in here, through the hole. So that's that one done. Once we've got the other one on, we can take this wheel out, and that will be sort of set up the height, and we can go around and do the other 6, I think. All right, so we've got the 8 rod holders here, and now it's asking me to put the wheel, I guess, axle supports into the main axle. I guess they're just their spacers. Now I didn't pump up the wheels at the start, which obviously it wanted me to do, so we'll do that. We'll do that next. You can get rid of all those boxes now. Yeah, step 4. I missed step 4, which is pumping up the tyres. So these little guides that you get are to give you an idea of how much you can pump the tyres up, so you don't overinflate, causing them to get damaged. So you can see like that. So we put him inside here, and so that sticker's saying do not, maximum outside diameter inflation is, make sure it's not over 330 mil. Overinflating will damage the wheel. So we should keep those as a bit of a guide. Okay, so we've pumped up the tyres. Didn't find this very useful that came with it. I attached it to it, and every time I was pumping it, I could hear air escaping. So went back to the old trusty bike foot pump. The reason I wanted to get a cart like this, so I get wheels like this, which are great for the beach. I found my old SCA cart with the hard wheels a real pain to drag through softer sand areas that I might go. It's asking me to put the spacer in, which I've done, and then there's an O-pin mounting hole there. So that was pretty easy. Do the other side. We put the wheel on, obviously with the valve facing outwards. Put the washer on, and then we put the locking pin in, and we do the same on this side. So our cart is really starting to take shape now. Our next step, possibly one of our last steps, is putting on the handle, and it's come with a nice handle with a nice foam grip as well. There we go. And a nut. So now it's just saying check and tighten all these nuts through here. In fact, I'll check and tighten and go through all the nuts over everything, because they're not all done up super tight, which is a good way to go when you're starting to build these sorts of things. And then we'll see if it fits in the back of the Land Cruiser. Rightio, so we're at the back of the Pioneer Water Tanks SA Land Cruiser, which is what I take fishing. We've got the cart. Let's see how well it fits inside. So yeah, that looks like it fits pretty nicely. Obviously the handle going forward, I think if the handle's going that way, the tailgate will get in the way. It is a fairly large unit, I guess, so you're gonna have to have a car or a ute that can take it. But I think the advantages of being able to pull it along the beach is certainly going to be better. Hopefully those couple of hacks that I gave you on the install will help you get through it a little bit easy. And I guess the next step is let's go take it out on a beach. Well, g'day guys, we're down at the beach now. We've come for a bit of a drive, and we're actually down at Semaphore. Got the car packed up behind me. The girls are already ahead of us. They're already down on the beach, got their umbrella there, etc. And we'll head off now. It's super light, and we'll see how it goes across the sand. It's hitting the sand now, and it's well, it's cruising through much better than I am walking. Not actually. Turn it around and pull it. Yeah, it's pulling awesomely across the sand. So yeah, I think it's a winner. So now that we're stopped, I'll just come around here and show you. With those longer surf rods, I'm getting them coming all the way through to the floor. So I'll have to come up with a solution to make sure that doesn't happen. But other than that, the cart's great. It was very easy to pull through the sand. Well, we're back home now, and I just wanted to do a quick final run through of this cart and a few other extra little things that I guess I pointed out. We've given the cart a quick wash with the hose, and it's come up really, really nice. The quality of that powder coating is really good. I'm impressed. The EVA grips are really quite thick and comfortable, and yeah, the wheels are just absolutely smooth through the sand compared to me actually trying to trudge through the sand. They certainly make it a lot easier. One of the things that I've been, I guess, looking at even since I had the cart was just trying to find a single tub that could actually fit in the tray, because obviously there's those gaps where you might have things fall through. And my partner actually had an idea. We've got some IKEA trays that Tilly's got some of her Barbies and dolls in. Should be great for just throwing in, loose tackle and things like that without worrying about it falling out, and I'll show you what they look like. Overall, I think this is a really quality product. Obviously we'll test it over time. I think it's a much better option in terms of being able to be used on the sand. Good quality that aren't going to rust out. Light, sure, they don't fold up, but these are the gives and takes that you'll have to consider. So if you're looking for a cart, or you've just bought one and didn't know how to build it, I hope this video has helped you. And I guess if you like fishing and all things fishing, especially land-based, watch this video next.